Catalaba, so pour it up. Pour it up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Zeta Lisa. Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. Come on in. Today, we are going to be talking a topic that y'all know I don't like to get into relationships, but Remy and Pap, New York, Black Love, we got to talk about it. It looks like there has been rumors flying forever about Remy Ma. Papoose has finally opened up on live just recently, exposing everything, and we're gonna get right into it, okay? So get your cannabis, get your coffee, get your vino. Your girl is gonna be breaking it down. I am a huge fan of both of them. I grew up listening to Remy Ma. I grew up listening to Papoose. So I'm not even gonna lie, this whole shenanigan has me a little vexed. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I'm gonna give you guys the facts because y'all know I like to give facts. And I'm going to break everything down so that you guys don't have to watch all these videos, okay? Because Papoose just yesterday put out 2 lives discussing Remy Ma. Remy Ma went on live and spoke about a lot of the stuff that she was speaking about, but we're going to start from the beginning, all right? So get your cannabis, get your coffee, get your vino, get whatever it is, and get your butt in here and let's start, okay? So if you guys don't remember, Remy and Pap were on Love and Hip Hop, okay? Their whole brand was Black Love, okay? It was dope. We were here for it. We was rooting for them. We saw them get married on Love and Hip Hop. It was epic. They were basically the poster board for like Black Love, okay? And a couple of months ago, there was some things on the internet that nobody really wasn't talking about, giving respect to Pap, giving respect to their marriage, but it was given Remy was doing some things that she wasn't supposed to be doing. I'm going to leave it there, okay? Obviously, as people looking from the outside in, we don't know specifically what happened, but I'm just going to give y'all what we saw, okay? So it looks like Remy Ma was heavy into the rap battle game. She actually had her own rap battle group, okay? And so one of the guys on the group, his name is Easy Block. He is corny. I have to say that. It wasn't given, like, he's just nowhere on Papoose's level when it comes to talent, when it comes to looks, when it comes to swag, when it comes to anything. He was just a cornball. Everybody said it. But there was this big, what do you want to call it? Like, rap battle where he was going up against this person who actually used everything that we were speculating against this guy, Easy the Block. Okay? And so this rap battle was infamous because this guy was like, yo, how can you be here with this lame when you got a real one like Papoose? Okay, I'm just summarizing it. The rap battle was crazy. Go YouTube it. Remy Ma was standing there the entire rap battle looking scared. Looking like she couldn't flinch. Looking like she couldn't smirk. She couldn't be mad. She couldn't do nothing because this guy who was battling against her battle rapper, Easy the Block, was tearing him to shreds and exposing all of her personal business right there. Basically saying, how can you cheat on a dude who's been down for you while you was down in jail? It was just given, yo, she was just blown out. So everybody was giving Remy the side eye. But again, nobody really knew what was going on because Papoose never really came out and said anything, right? So if you have one person like Remy who's denying everything, saying everything is not true, but the streets is talking. Okay, so yesterday, it finally got exposed what the hell was going on, and we're going to break it down here because, like I said, Pap went on live and exposed so many things, and I'm just going to give you guys the short and concise version, okay? So he finally got on live because Remy went on, started talking about his now girlfriend, Clarissa Shields. We'll get into her a little bit down because she's dope, and we're going to talk about her and actually what she has to say about Remy Ma and Pap, okay? But he has now since moved on. It looks like they're now separated. And Remy is given a little bitter, okay? Bear with me. Let me tell you why, because I like to be fair here, right? When a female is wrong, I'm going to say a female is wrong. When a male is wrong, I'm going to say a male is wrong, despite my gender. Okay? And so I'm going to just tell y'all straight up and down, I don't know what's going on. We all don't. We can speculate. But from what we have and the information that we said, we can make an informed decision. For me, Remy Ma has been moving hella strange. Okay? Why would you be supporting a dude in a rap battle that everybody's speculating that you are in a relationship with? For me, that's saying when there's smoke, there's fire. Because if people were speculating that you was in a relationship with this dude and you wasn't, I feel like you would have not been at that rap battle acting the way that you would have. You would have tried to create some distance and that didn't happen. Well, your man Pap went on live twice to air out what the fuck has been going on in his relationship thus far. Okay? He has alluded to Remy Ma cheating on him, not just once, but several times. He's alluded to her, finding out that she had a relationship with this guy, but not also just that. When he did come into finding out that she was in a relationship with him, she denied it. She said that she wasn't, and they finally agreed to go to counseling. He did admit that that was something that he was willing to do, being that he wanted to be in the same house with his daughter. It was important that his daughter grew up in a two-parent household. That was something that was important to him, so that's why he chose to stay. Now, we're seeing this all play out on the internet streets, right? We're hearing people talking about her possibly being in a relationship with this guy, this battle rapper, Easy the Block. And we're like, yo, so what's going on? We still see Pap going to these events, and he finally broke down what's going on. So let me break it down. A lot of shit happens on Papoose live. Like I said, he did 2 lives. They're over 50 minutes long combined. And I'm just going to break down a lot of the shit that he said on his live, okay? He talked about writing 90% of Remy Ma's lyrics. Okay, so that's something that I feel like everybody knew. I don't know if everybody knew, but I kind of felt like it. I think a lot of people speculated. I do give him one thing, though. He did say that that was something that he never spoke about. He never clarified. A lot of people threw it out there as bait to see if he would say he was writing it, and he never did. So he explained that he wrote 90% of Remy Ma's lyrics and that they were in drafts in his emails, okay? He also went on to say that Remy Ma cheated on him, not once with Easy the Block, but also with a woman. He went on to explain that he found a woman that one of Remy Ma's friends was staying with them, and that, you know, they were in this big house. Pap, typically they slept together on the bed, like Pap, Remy, and their daughter. And he said he walked into the house one day and saw that his daughter was in the bed by herself. So he starts naturally looking for his wife. He goes down the hall to a guest bedroom where actually her friend was staying in while she was there. And only to find Remy Ma there on the bed, and the other girl's nowhere to be found. He feels like she bucked it, but he said the evidence that he's seen in the room was indicating that they was getting it on. Okay, he is now stating that the reason why Remy Ma is bitter, upset, and even exposing a lot of the shit that happened in their marriage is because he found out that she prefers women. Okay, so needless to say, this is getting really messy, really crazy. Let's move on to Remy Ma really quickly and discuss what she said about Pap and what she says about everything. So Papoose has since moved on. You know, it looked like Remy had moved on in the beginning with that battle rapper, Easy the Block. And now it doesn't look like she's in that situation with that guy no more. However, Papoose has moved on to a professional boxer. She is a professional boxer. And needless to say, she can whoop somebody's ass. Okay? So I don't think Remy is coming for the smoke. I think she's being very careful about what she says because this woman is a professional boxer and she's knocking women out for a living. Let's be real. You can't bring that Bronx, New York rah-rah shit to her door because the woman got hands, okay? My personal opinion. I'm not saying that Remy can't fight. I'm just saying, like, not even that we wanted to get to that, right? I think at this point, this woman is 30 years old. Remy is way older than that. So, I mean, I think things should be handled amicably. Needless to say, Remy is giving bitter vibes. And I'm going to say that as a female because when everything was happening with Easy the Block, she was denying it. It seems like there was no remorse. Again, I'm from the outside in. I don't know. But I'm just telling you what I see for myself. When that whole shit happened where that guy battle rapped against Easy the Block and exposed Remy having a relationship with him and exposed everything, it just looked really bad for Remy. And I don't think she ever took a stance on that. I think she did try to deny it, but even her denial seemed like blatant lies. So I can understand where Papoose comes from because in his live, he was alluding to her being a pathological liar. He did say that she was clinically diagnosed with being bipolar, allegedly. He spoke about a lot of the infidelities that he overlooked. He even discussed trying therapy. Now, for me, I thought that was big. If you guys know, you know, in Black and Latino families, therapy is something that is looked at as cliche, is looked at as down, like how you're telling somebody else your business. And he even alluded to that, okay? He said, Joe, I wasn't down for putting somebody else in my business, but when I accused her of sleeping with this dude, and I now have proof because he said that he found the apartment that allegedly she was going to and that she had gotten 40 minutes away from their house. He said that he had been doing his research and like found out so many clues as to confirming that she was indeed cheating. They decided to go to therapy. While in therapy, the therapist asked them one question, and the question was, do you guys want to actually work it out or do you want to get a divorce? He said at that moment, he was looking at the best interests of his daughter. They had agreed way back when shit was good that they were going to raise their daughter in a two-parent household. And that appeared to be very important to Pap. So he said that he did agree, despite knowing that she had cheated on him, to move on to counseling. Now, one of the stipulations of counseling was that regardless of Remy's business relationship with Easy the Block, she was supposed to cut it off. Apparently, Papoose is saying that that never happened. He found out that they were still fucking with each other. And long story short, Papoose ended up assaulting Easy the Block and punching him in his face. And I think essentially then leaving. He now gets with Clarissa Shields, professional boxer, and Remy got lots to say. Okay, so let's break down what Remy's been saying about Pat. Well, first and foremost, she's definitely throwing the money thing in his face. She's saying that he don't got no money, he don't got nowhere to stay. She's actually showing bags of his clothes that she nicely packed up in her house and she's awaiting for him to come get that he hasn't gotten. She's also alluding to him not having money to pay for the divorce lawyer, okay? So she's been telling him like, oh, if you're in this new relationship and you're so happy, why haven't you signed these documents? Now, Pap on his live went on to say that the reason why he didn't sign these documents is because of his daughter and his daughter being in school. And so I feel like that's a little bit of a cop-out because if you really wanted to not be with her, you could. But like I said, guys, marriage is a very tricky thing. You're not going to just throw that out without fully knowing that's what you want to do. And I'm going to be completely honest. Even with all this bullshit going on between Rem and Pap, I really do feel like there's still love there. There got to be love there, right? She's mad now that he has actually moved on with a woman who got money. Let's just say it. She's not, shout out to Clarissa Shields. Let's get into some of her stuff so that you guys can see. She's from Flint, Michigan. She is a professional boxer. She is 30 years old. Let's see what else we can find on Miss Shields. In 2011 and 2016, she represented the US at the Summer Olympics in London and Rio de Janeiro. Respectively, in 2015, she became the first woman to win Pan American Games gold. That same year, the International Boxing Hall of Fame inducted her gloves. Shields is a 3-division champion and former unified super middleweight champion. So this girl got accolades up the butt. She got money. And Pap was also just in a video that dropped where he was actually helping her, like he was helping her train, okay? He had the gloves on, she was hitting them, like it's given Pap is good now and Remy's not. Somebody call and check on Remy, because Remy is like, wait, I made a whole mistake out in these streets. Pap, come back. Now, it's so funny I'm saying that because Pap is definitely saying that Remy's reaching out to him saying that she wants to get back with him. And Remy's also saying the same thing. So this is giving, they still got love for each other. But it's also giving maybe Pap is at a point where he feels like he can no longer trust her. And that's the reason why he would never get back to her. He's given her ample chances. She cheated on him, not just with a man, also with a woman. And it's given he's very, very hurt. In the beginning, he was all for working it out and she didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And it could be that the tables is turned. I mean, for anybody that understands marriage, I've been married a very long time. You know, there's a lot of things in marriages that you guys have to work through. People change in marriages. Things don't stay the same all the time. You have to really work at it if you love the person. So I'm telling you, even though this is messy as fuck, and I would wish that they didn't expose a lot of the stuff. Remy's talking about him not having money. She also exposed that he has a gambling problem. Okay. Which I will say Pap admitted to on his live. He said that given everything that he was going through with Remy, the cheating, the lies, the deceit, the way that she was taking the money for the house and spending it on Easy the Block, he said all of that shit had him in his feelings, and he definitely picked up a gambling habit while doing so, while under that. So I do feel like a lot of the stuff that Pap was saying was coming from a good place. I'm not gonna lie, when I watch Remy stuff, it seems like a lot of the things that she's saying is only to hurt him. You know what I mean? And you guys, like, come on now. Anybody watching this channel, if you've been in a relationship or you have been married, you know the buttons that you need to push to get your partner upset. You know the things that make them feel uncomfortable. You know the things that are going to help, like that's going to make them furious. So you know how to push those buttons. And it's crazy to me that the buttons that Remy is pushing is buttons about money, because she's more successful than he is, right? Allegedly, whatever. I'm not, Pap, no disrespect, no shade. I'm not trying to watch pockets. I'm just saying, like, he's saying like, yo, that was his queen. He was uplifting her, and how he basically sacrificed his career for hers. Okay, so now she's saying like, yo, this is my money. So she's talking about he ain't got no money. He ain't got nowhere to rest his head. And he can't even pay for the lawyer for their divorce. So she's definitely pushing the money thing as something which I feel like is a low blow. She then went on to talk about one of Papoose kids, who apparently is, from what she was alluding, had a specific sexual preference. Okay, we're just gonna leave it at that. And, you know, for me, like, when it comes to the kids, when it comes to personal shit like that, like, you airing that out for everybody to see, like, to me, that's giving you not happy, you bitter, and you fully not over him. Because if you were, you wouldn't be doing all of this. All right, so she just recently put up a post. I'm gonna put up the post right now, and I want you guys just we're gonna get into a couple of clips so that you guys can see, but let's talk about this post right now that she just posted on her story. It says, if you turn 30 and allegedly just met someone 8 months ago, this is Clarissa Shields that she's talking about because she just turned 30. That is 47 years old. That 8 months ago, talking about Pap, that is 47 years old that I knew since you were 10 and was married to them since you was 13. And he has 4 biological children, one age 28, one age 25, and another age 24 who will soon be 25, and a 6-year-old baby. And currently promising you a newborn while finally agreeing to a divorce 18 hours and 54 minutes and 3 seconds ago. Please refrain from speaking. All right, so this is her throwing hellish shade at Clarissa Shields, because I think Clarissa Shields did also post something about how Pap is not her manager. Because I think Remy Ma tried to, like, throw some shade in there and be like, oh, so now he's going to grab her money. And she's like, yo, he's not my manager. So she cleared up the air saying Pap is not my manager. And I guess this is Remy's response back to her. So it is getting crazy out in these internet streets. I want you to listen to Pap's response real quick and what he had to say. And then I'm going to quickly drop something from Rem and you guys can see it. So check out Pap's response real quick.
She wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pap behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it.
About that. Well, while you guys was watching that video, something new just popped from Clarissa Shields' place herself. She actually wrote something on her story that I'm gonna tell you guys right now in real time, okay? This was posted like 6 minutes ago. She says, Remy Ma, I'ma say what the fuck? I wanna say yes. Yes, we gonna have a family. Yes, we're happy. And yes, you're still invited to all of the barbecues and cookouts as long as you have a good attitude. Leave me and Pap alone. Nobody's worried about you. July 26th is our only focus. And ain't nobody scared of you either. Sign them damn divorce papers Pap filed yesterday, miss. So she is supporting her man. She is basically saying, sign them divorce papers. I'm like, don't even put me in this. And we gonna see what Remy has to say. I'm gonna play you guys a clip right now so you can see what Remy has to say. Check out this clip real quick.
No, wait. All that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like, nobody. There should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice. My advice was like, hey, if you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side. And I'm not emotional. I'm not. Let's be clear. No.
All of that, and like I said, I gave you guys a short synopsis because I'm telling you, it's real messy. There's a lot of shade being thrown, but those are the big pieces of evidence that you could take away that they're talking about when it comes to each other. I really do hope that they could work this out, whether it's they decide to just both leave each other alone and be amicable. I think it's best for the kids. I think it's terrible that all of this shit is getting exposed online, especially because they were both, well, Pap was a very private person. As you know, Remy couldn't be because she was in the public eye. I really love everything that they stood for. They stood for Black love, for unity. You know, Pap held her down while she was away. Remy took her career to the next level with him. I thought that they were a great unit, and I really hope that they could work past this. I just want to be honest with my critique. I do feel like I'm Team Pap in this situation, just because we all saw what you did to that man. Everybody's seen it. Like, you could YouTube, guys, if you want to check it out, YouTube Easy the Block, what is it, battle rapping against Pap or whatever, not against Pap, but talking about Pap, and I'm sure it'll pop up. It's crazy, okay? It's crazy. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Are you Team Pap? Are you Team Remy? Do you care? Do you not care? Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's your girl, Zeta Lisa, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
I was so bored of.